Well, folks, it's time for my biannual jaunt down to Mexico, where I'll be visiting all the lovely tourist-friendly cities like Tijuana, Acapulco, and Juarez. Just kidding. As someone who has braved a few dodgy places, even I have to admit Mexico has some certifiably frightening cities. Take Acapulco, for instance. Once a glittering tourist mecca, it's now plagued by violent crime and ranked as Mexico's second most dangerous city. Not keen on beachside bloodshed? Then steer clear of Ciudad Juarez, where cartel warfare has turned the streets into a war zone. As an anxious traveler who enjoys staying alive, I'll be avoiding those death traps. Let's talk about the top 5 most dangerous cities in Mexico, shall we? Don't worry, I'll try to make this fun in a gallows humor sort of way. Grab a bottle of tequila and join me on a macabre tour of Mexico's bloodiest locales. We'll start with the drug cartel hotspots, mosey on over to the kidnapping capitals, and end with the all-around murderous places. It may not be a relaxing beach vacation, but it'll sure to be memorable. Let's dive in, mis amigos. At least this way we'll experience these cities without actually having to visit. And let's start with the first city on my list, Acapulco, the homicide hotspot of Mexico. As an intrepid traveler, danger is my middle name. Still, even I have to draw the line somewhere, and Acapulco is where I draw it. This once glamorous beach town has become Mexico's murder capital, with a mind-boggling homicide rate of over 100 murders per 100,000 people. Acapulco is disputed territory for rival drug cartels, and innocent civilians often get caught in the crossfire. As the cartels fight for control of the port and smuggling routes, gruesome killings have become almost daily occurrences. Extortion, kidnapping, and armed robbery are also rampant. Local authorities are either unable or unwilling to curb the violence. Corruption runs deep, and killers act with impunity. Over 90% of homicides go unsolved and unpunished. The situation has deteriorated to the point that Mexico's own government has issued warnings against travel to Acapulco. While the natural beauty of Acapulco Bay and its status as a once glamorous getaway still attract some visitors, the rewards of a holiday here could be life or death. As for me, I'll pass on a trip to Mexico's homicide hotspot. My middle name may be Danger, but I prefer to meet it on my own terms. So you want to visit the most dangerous city in the world, do you? Well, you're in luck because Tijuana takes the crown. As your friendly neighborhood cartel would say, bienvenidos. Welcome to the city where beheadings, torture, and mass graves are just another Tuesday. Don't get me wrong, Tijuana has its charms. Where else can you do tequila shots at a seedy bar while watching a donkey show? Or buy black market prescription drugs for a steal? The nightlife here is killer, literally. Pro tip, avoid eye contact, sudden movements, and saying no to strangers. You never know who's packing heat under that tacky Hawaiian shirt. Despite its bad rap, Tijuana's murder rate has actually dropped in recent years. Don't get too excited though. It's still one of the highest in the world. But with common sense precautions like not venturing out alone after dark, sticking to highly populated tourist areas, and leaving your bling at home, you might just make it out of TJ with your head still attached. Though with those tequila shots, you may wake up missing a kidney. Viva Mexico. If you thought I was done terrifying you, think again. There are a few other Mexican cities that give Tijuana and Acapulco a run for their money in the danger department. Take Irapuato, for example. This city in Guanajuato state has become a hotspot for cartel violence and crime. Irapuato held the title of murder capital of the world a few years back, thanks to vicious turf wars between drug cartels. Lovely place for a vacation, no? Then we have Chihuahua, capital of the state with the same name. Aside from being named after an annoyingly yappy dog, Chihuahua has a disturbing number of kidnappings and homicides. I'll pass on visiting. Thanks. I prefer to keep all my body parts intact. Last but not least, Juarez. Just across from El Paso, Texas, Juarez was dubbed the murder capital of the world a few years back. At one point, Juarez was one of the deadliest cities in the world, with over 3,000 murders in a single year. While violence has declined recently, I still wouldn't recommend wandering the streets alone after dark. Or ever, really. As a gringo, I'd rather take my chances in Syria. At least there, the violence isn't personal. In Juarez, anyone's fair game. Two cities that didn't make our top 5 but are still on the list are Culiacan and Mazatlan. Located in Mexico's heartland of heroin and meth production, Sinaloa State, these cities are hotbeds of cartel activity. As a tourist, you're little more than a potential kidnapping target or drug mule. My advice? Keep on driving and don't stop until you hit the resorts of Cabo San Lucas. There, your biggest danger is a wicked hangover from one too many tequila sunrises. After watching this video about these cities, Tijuana and Acapulco are starting to look downright welcoming, aren't they? Maybe we should all just stay home. Mexico will still be there once the violence hopefully simmers down. Our lives are worth more than any vacation, but if you do go, stick to the tourist areas, keep your wits about you, and say your prayers. You'll need them. And there you have it, my picks for the top 5 most dangerous cities in Mexico. I know some of you were probably hoping I'd end this piece with a nice uplifting message about the beauty of Mexican culture or the warmth of its people. But let's be real, folks. This is a listicle about murder, mayhem, and the mean streets of Mexico. I'm not here to sugarcoat things or pretend that cartel violence and police corruption aren't serious problems. But look on the bright side. At least you got a few cheap laughs out of my morbid musings. Stay safe out there, mis amigos, and maybe stick to the touristy parts if you ever visit these cities. I hear the margaritas in Cancun are to die for. Okay, bad pun. I'll see myself out now. Adios.